how you doing? Thanks for dropping in with me. We are going to tap into the Aries collective frequency and just see what's lining up for you, what's coming your way. I got some interesting messages, imagery coming in for you already, so I'm just going to spout it off while I continue to shuffle this deck. I am wanting to call all of your energy in, so this is for any significant Aries placement, or if you have a prominent placement in the first house. Likewise, if you are Libra rising, that makes you an Aries descendant, and you'll likely find a lot of resonance with the read. I find descendant sign factors greatly in these reads, so especially if you're looking at matters of the heart, do have a look at this. I have to say, matters of the heart is something that came in as an initial download. I did get this image of sort of like, I heard it's alive, which reminds me of Frankenstein. Okay, so there might be some kind of theme like this, like kind of getting a jolt, getting some kind of jump start that like brings you back to life again, like something's coming in that has that effect. But I did see an image of like somebody getting a defibrillator used on them. Okay, so if you've been having any issues with your heart, I got sentience around this. Okay, if you've had any issues around your heart, if you have pain, tightness in your chest, you know, anything going on with like pain running down the left arm, or you know, even lower back issues and stomach issues, you know, for women those are more common kind of symptoms. Or if you've just been feeling particularly exhausted, you know, you might need to get your heart looked at. Oh man, it's coming in really strong for somebody, right? So I just want to bring that in there. But I feel like it's speaking more to like some place inside of you that almost felt like it kind of like died off. That's what I got. Okay, and it's like one of the best parts of you though, and it got sort of like released just through going through so many towers I got, that you learn to kind of operate on autopilot a bit. And there's this energy coming in now for you, Aries, that's like a jump start. Okay, it gets your motor humming. Okay, it gets you on the go, it gets you moving. Okay, movement in all shapes and form. Okay, so movement through actually like hopping in that car and going for a road trip, movement in terms of moving more, you know, getting out and about, moving and shaking too, making moves. Okay, there's something that's opening up for you here, and I feel like it's an awakening moment that sort of just like brings you back to life. That's what I got. It's got that vibe. Okay, Aries, let's see, what is this coming in for you? Yeah, you don't see it yet, but your true path is about to come into alignment with you, right? I think you've been sitting at that place. It reminds me of that. It reminds me of that poem. I can't remember who does it, but it's talking about coming to a fork in the road, and the paths diverge, and you have a choice about which way do you want to go. And choosing the path less traveled ends up being the thing that makes the difference. Okay, so there's some opportunity being presented to you here. I feel like you're going to choose the path less traveled, or maybe it's just a path that's not familiar to you. 4:22 on the clock, it shakes up your usual routine. And though you may not see it now, and you may feel sort of like out of your element at first, going in this direction, it actually ends up being the path that makes a difference. All right, very interesting message coming through. It lines you up with your true path. All right, there may be another significant connection that is coming to share that path with you. I heard you recognize each other. Okay, so you recognize each other. Yes, and with that coming up in the crossing position, we have the Lovers. Okay, Gemini energy with the Lovers here, and we have the Devil. Oh my, Capricorn energy here. So this is a very tempting diversion on the path. This is a timely choice. Yes, and it's always like that with the Lovers, because the Lovers was originally called the choice. This is a choice that's weighing heavily on you, but I don't know, you know. I kind of see an interesting slant on the devil. It came in for me in last night's read, and it's really sticking with me. And I feel like this is a case where you're ready to kind of step up into your personal empowerment in making this choice. All right. There is a path diverging here. The way you're heading forward cannot be the same way. So you have to choose, how does the path alter at this point? And there's something about having mastery over the lower nature where maybe you didn't have mastery over it before, and wanting to really activate your personal power from this place of having received this jolt. Okay, maybe the jolt comes through a tower. It could. We do have, you know, Uranus energy wild this month, all right? And we got a big culmination point that's going to be coming up on 420 when we have the Uranus-Jupiter conjunction. Maybe that is when this surge of energy comes that gives you the bravery to really step onto that path less traveled. Okay, let's get some more details about this for Aries. This is already panning out to be an interesting read. Panning out. I hope, Pan, maybe you're bringing in a little bit of that enthusiasm. You want more of the pleasures of life. You want to sample all of the sweetest, juiciest fruits, the greatest pleasures in the garden and earthly delight. I got like hedonist vibes. That's kind of what's coming in. Yeah, I don't think you see it yet, though. You don't see it yet. You're still in this place where you're kind of consumed by the past, and it's not allowing you to really understand that that's one road, you know, you can stay on. You can stay looking back there, or you can turn around and you'll see that the path diverges, all right? And you can choose another route, all right? Choosing this route is a tricky choice, though, okay? It is a tricky choice. It does really require you to have a firm grasp of your lower nature, like really understanding and mastering your shadow side. It's like a little bit of pleasure goes a long way. Sometimes pleasure can become gluttonous. Okay, so it might be this piece here, kind of reining in some vices, or maybe something that's become a vice. Could even be in connection with like an intimate connection. All right, let's see. Let's get some more details here. This looks like a little tricksy of a situation. You did hear my hesitation. I was like, we'll weigh this up carefully, okay? I do feel like there's a temptation here that sort of like symbolizes some kind of status or worldly power. It looks really good. It's a good look. You know what I'm saying? It's got all the trappings. It's got all the trappings of fame and fortune, perhaps. You know what I mean? And when I say fame and fortune, it doesn't have to apply to celebrity, but it's, you know, you can be kind of like the king of your, you know, the king of your wood. You know what I'm saying? You can be the person that's kind of like the talk of your town. You know what I mean? And it's something about a little bit of machismo is coming in here, like wanting to really reclaim that sort of like, you know, sense of self-authority, you know, and agency and mastery, I have to say. Because I do feel like there's also this part here that's sort of like, you know what, I do see ways that in the past, maybe I don't like the look I presented, all right? So this could be a little bit of 10th house reformation work, like really wanting to choose how you're presenting yourself now. Yeah, I mean, for sure, your mind is on the bottom line with the 9 of Pentacles here, okay? I mean, yeah, and you know that something happened in the past. Look at this. Something happened in the past that caused problems in this regard, right? It had to do with moving a little shady, man, moving a little sly, or somebody pulled this with you. There was some kind of embroilment that happened here, caused a lot of conflict, caused a lot of drama. This could have been related to pleasure, I have to say. Could have been related to vices. Could have been related to, getting caught with the hand in the cookie jar, so to speak, or you caught someone with their hand in your cookie jar. You know what I'm saying? So this is just like a lot of kind of gossip and people talking and maybe slanting things in such a way that it affects the 10th house. It affects the reputation. It affects the ability to, make some moves, maybe really climb up that ladder. For those of you that have that goal, I do see that some of you are very entrepreneurial minded, your finances are something that's super important to you, especially with, the devil on the scene. You do want to have some kind of worldly advancement. I see that. And what you might not see right now is it's coming in for you. All right. But there's something here there's something regarding your lower nature that you have to overcome in this situation to really take this opportunity that's opening up for you. It will lead you to this place, though. And bringing in that piece that we started out with, just because it was a download that came in around the heart health, I do see you transforming your health as well. I think the biggest area where you can experience improvement in your health is like getting in more, like it feels like more fresh foods, okay? More fresh foods, a lot of produce, freshly grown too can be good. You might want to check out like, a farmer's market, something along those kind of lines, or maybe even look at starting to grow your own food, okay? I can see this kind of action. But more fresh foods, more kind of Mediterranean sort of diet, and also getting movement in. Getting movement in would be especially helpful. It's interesting here. I see this character like they got their hand on a staff and they're on a mountaintop overlooking the sea, and it makes me think of hiking. You don't even need to like be in the gym, like something about just getting out there and getting hiking, and taking in the fresh air and conquering a challenge of getting up a mountaintop, it can give you a whole new view too. Might help you with some clarity and making a decision, a very important decision, but it does line up the sense of prosperity for you. I think you'll be back to feeling like, you're on it, man. You're on it. You're on your shit. I can see you getting to that place where you're really like looking good. You're feeling good. You feel very strong in yourself. Your finances are doing really well. And where you are developing something on a business level for yourself, I see you going rogue, okay? You're going rogue. You got an idea and you're going to run with it. And I think that, it's a little something that you've been developing behind the scenes with the 5 of Swords here. And they'll totally ace out the competition. I got that, okay? It looks good. This is a big level up for you. I like seeing this for you, Aries. I mean, this really looks like you're investing in yourself. Looks like you overcame some stuff in the past. Perhaps this was a tower that kind of threw you in a place where you could have like slanted a little bit more self-oriented, almost to the excess though, self-indulgent. Maybe because you felt like ripped off, or you got sort of like dealt a raw deal by other people. And you're like, you know what? Why am I so loyal to all these people? Why am I showing up for all these people when they're doing me dirty like this? Like, forget it. I'm going to take care of myself, man. And I think there was a lot of hurt around the cycle that you've moved through, but I do feel like you're getting through this. Like you're coming to the other side of the storm, and there's something you're really gaining a certain mastery over here. Yeah, look at this. Here comes the sun, right? You definitely are casting off some heavy shadows, something that's really been hanging over you. For a lot of you, you've been doing really deep inner healing work, subconscious stuff that relates to your childhood. It relates back to perhaps, your connection with a mother or a father, right? This is something that could have really been coming to a head for you last Leo season. There could be a Leo in the mix that is somehow important in doing this healing work, shedding off this sort of like layer of illusion that sort of like clouded your vision. Ted just said yes on that affirmation. But it does look like you're building up to a beautiful summer. I think like this year, July, August will be really good for you. I see a lot of happiness coming in for you. I see things that you've been growing and tending to, all your healing work, like it's going to pay off. I think this is when you're really going to see the finances really improve, and where you start addressing your health now, you're going to look like a whole new person. Like people won't recognize you. I got that. People won't recognize you come summer. If you get on your health now, your come up in that regard is going to be so strong. People are just not going to recognize you. Your body's going to change. Your whole face is going to change. It's not just that though. It's like the energy around you really shifts too. Okay, let's do a cut of the deck here and see what we got. All right, we've got Page of Pentacles, and on the other side, we got the 9 of Cups. So yeah, this is personal gratification and fulfillment. Yeah, and it comes through an electrifying moment here with the Tower, right? I think you're delivering a tower. You've been transformed. This is that bolt I was talking about that like sort of like it like supercharges the heart, you know? It makes you like the Energizer bunny. You can take a licking, but you keep on ticking. You're the comeback kid, and you're coming back strong. Strong. In fact, I feel like this is more like a tower for the people around you. Are like, oh. It's a moment where you're kind of schooling people here, okay, with the Page of Pentacles, okay? This could have something to do with a kid, all right? For those of you that are parents, this could have something to do with an earth sign child, maybe that is in some way, you know, you're learning something through them, through your child. That's very interesting. You're having a whole new experience in your relationship with each other. There's a new way that you're viewing things. This is also like something that is being illuminated for you, perhaps from your child. Like your child might deliver this lightning bolt, you know, that like wakes you up. It sort of blows your mind. It has you looking at things in a new way. There's some kind of healing happening there. Okay, for others of you, you're schooling some people. I got that, because the Page of Pentacles often has to do with learning something new, educating, you know, people, you entering into some kind of education. All right, some of you may be doing that to advance yourselves. If so, it could pay off very well, or some of you are just starting to see the payoff of an investment you made in education. For some of you with your child, okay? For others of you, you know, you went through some education, you were wondering, would it pay off? It has, okay? In more ways than you expected, all right? But I also see this piece here where you're kind of educating people too about who you are, where perhaps your reputation was slanted. You're like, no, let me school you. I'm showing up, and I'm showing you what the truth is here. In this case, you may be educating an earth sign energy. Could be a Taurus here, all right? Could be a Leo, could be a Scorpio, could be an Aquarius, could be any of the fixed sign energies. It could be any of these energies, any of the energies in the zodiac, really. It could be that these fixed sign seasons are very significant, you know, something happened during these times that these fixed signs, you know, are presiding over. But I see that this is going to be the way forward. There's something you're bringing to a completion. You're coming out the other side and you're smelling like roses, and you finally learned what's worth standing up for. What's worth standing up for. And because of that, whoo, you got the winner's circle, man. We got 6 of Wands to the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, and you're meeting somebody there. You're balancing out something with somebody there. Very well could be a Sagittarius, I have to say. We've got the Temperance here coming in with the 8 of Wands, another quintessential Sag card, okay? But this is potent, all right? There's some deep healing happening here, and things are going to start moving forward very rapidly. The whole lay of the land is shifting.